Did you hear 50 Cent call out Southwest T and threatening to cancel the BMF show because Southwest T took a picture with Supreme's son? You hear about that?
And I think that's bullshit because, man, I don't even want to say to each his own. You know, I think we get in our feelings and we get petty. You making money. You motherfuckers is making money off BMF. Y'all are doing good. So now you want to divide and conquer? Now the old boy that's talking shit and doing all that, shut the fuck up. You fucking it up for everybody else. The little dark-skinned dude that was, damn.
Lil Supreme?
Is that who it is?
That's the son.
Yeah.
Oh, Big Supreme.
And for what? Like, man, niggas fuck up shit for the next motherfucker. And I think 50 shit.
But Southwest T should be the one smart enough to know that, hey, 50 looking out for me, made me money, and made me come home to a bag, and now I know this is his enemy. Why do I put myself into that fight? I think this is why the game took the side that he did with Drake, and just said, hey, I'll stay neutral. Sometimes you got to stay neutral.
And there ain't nothing wrong with it.
Sometimes when you draw the line in the sand and you pick sides, then you got to roll with everything that comes with that side.
That part.
And so, Lil Durk, 10 years old son allegedly shot his stepfather during a domestic dispute. Dude,
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that. One of my club brothers lost his life with his girl, jumped on his girl, JC, and her son shot him. Let's say me, my brothers, my sisters, watched my father beat up on my mama, and we tried to fight him. If I had a gun and he hurt my mama, would I have shot him? Yeah. But when he found out I had guns, he bounced. He got on. He left. He moved from Compton.
We hadn't talked about recently. I want to ask you about some gang stuff, like from your history when you was a gang member. How do you think your experience in the gang culture and the music industry have shaped your views on loyalty and betrayal?
Wow. For me, paying attention to other people and the agendas that other people have, especially on you, the things that you brought to the table and what you was capable of, you know, was took advantage of to a certain extent. Let's say being with Death Row, you know what I'm saying? Suge knew that he needed us to facilitate certain things for him to get to where he was at. Could it be to put fear in most of these people? And he took advantage of certain things. I can't blame Suge for the shit that we did, you know what I'm saying? Because we all had a choice, whether we did it or we didn't do it. You know, one incident, you know, he wanted one of the guys that just worked the 9 to 5 at the office to be slapped. I'm not gonna do that. Man ain't did shit, you feel me? So we had choices of who we fuck with, how we fuck with other people.
And this was after you was rehabilitated, right?
No, this is when I got out of prison.
Yeah.
Yeah, what you trying to make a point, motherfucker? It was a whole different life other than street gangbanging, going into the music shit and doing the shit with him. And it was much easier, you know what I'm saying? Living that part of the life, fucking with people, or, you know, you got the homies not allowing certain shit and doing certain shit to people and getting paid for it. Being in the hood, hopping in the car, get your guns, walking, or whatever, was all free shit. Now you're getting paid for the way you live. You're getting paid for it. And that was the difference. But when shit elevated, when certain individuals at death row knew that it was either going back to prison or whatever, some guys elected to walk away. You know what I'm saying? And wasn't accepting the small pay or payments for doing certain things. They walked away. My biggest thing was going against the grain. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. All of the guys was on death row have a history with each other, and the loyalty wasn't there no more because one was willing to sell out for more money to do this and that to the other, and it wasn't worth. It wasn't worth that. It wasn't worth it at all. So loyalty, you don't have that no more. You know, people believe that Mob James should have been loyal to the streets regardless of what happened to Buntry. I beg to differ because that's my brother, that's my blood. My loyalty lies with him regardless than anybody else. And he was killed by the homies, not by Crips. That's a forever war that I wouldn't let go if he was killed by Crips. Just like with the homies, it's time to get away from this shit. And a lot of those young guys that was out there then, their fathers was considered my homies. So me personally walking away and not killing my homies, my friends' children, I left. I walked away. I walked away. I could have did this, that, and the other. But I walked away from it because it wasn't worth it at that point. When I saw the pain it cost my mother, I didn't want to put that on another mother. I didn't want to do it.
So, in retrospect, then, what do you believe are the most significant lessons you have learned from your past involvements with Death Row Records and the gangs?
Being more wiser, growing up, picking my fights, learning how to control my temper, responsibility. It's a lot of shit that come with it. At some point, I knew I had to grow up, or I'm just another statistic. We're out here fighting a war that we don't have to fight over no red and blue, and we don't have to live the way we living. So let me go around all this other bullshit, this stereo bullshit, and let me live right. Let me do right. And the only thing that mattered to me at that time was my kids and my kids' kids. You feel me? So let me make an impact on that opposed to what the fuck going on in the streets, because the streets ain't gonna lose. And at the end of the day, if I'd have took that path, I'd be in prison or dead. You feel me? I wanted to be here for my kids. You know, I wanted to see my grandkids, and I'm living proof of it.
Yeah.
I'm living proof. Every day that I wake up and argue at my grandson, I'm good. I'm good. And I hope everybody else could see that. There's a lot of brothers in prison that'll never see their grandkids.
Yeah.
Unless they come visit.
Or pictures.
Yeah. But I'm living that life. I'm living that life. And it's way much better being civil than running around here trying to be a monster.
Okay. So how do you think the portrayal of a gang culture in the music and media has evolved since the 90s? And what impact do you think it has on society today?
The music business is only telling us that we have to be a certain kind of way to make it in the business, and that's to be violent. That's for us to degrade black women, women in general, uh, their friends. It got you believing that you have to be a gangster to make it. That's bullshit. A lot of these guys is falling by the wayside because they believe that they have to be a certain type of person, individual, to make music or for people to buy their music. All of these guys ain't gangsters. Some of the older cats ain't gangsters. So they up under this belief that this is our culture, this is what we are. That's bullshit. That is not what we are. Or what we don't have to be that way.
I was watching Adam 22 the other day, about a week or two ago, and I saw Adam 22 talking to a young lady that he said he was dating. And I saw Brick Baby sitting there. I kind of got disturbed with Brick Baby because he was allowing Adam 22 to talk to this female who's obviously a worker, for lack of a very word, have a only fan page. But she was a black female, and Brick was referring to her as his sister. And Adam 22 dissed the hell out of her. Made her go get burgers, was talking to her, called her the B word, and all of that. What do you think about women that put themselves in that situation, but more so guys, meaning of the black culture, to allow a white man to talk to a female that way? Do you have a problem with it, or don't you?
I have a problem with men talking to respectable women a certain kind of way. I have a problem with a man that disrespects a woman because she don't give up the phone number because she says she married. I have a problem with that when a motherfucker get mad. But when you have a woman that's out there degrading herself and living a certain kind of life, how the fuck do I take up for her? How can I take up for somebody that's masturbating on television, that's doing the GoFundMe, I mean that fan whatever bullshit.
Yeah.
You know, if you're degrading and disrespecting yourself, how do I come to bat for you? Do I lose everything for defending a woman that don't give a fuck about self? No. So I can't be mad at Adam because Adam talked to his woman a certain kind of way. That's
and she
his
was
chick.
claiming to be his woman.
Okay,
Yeah.
so with his wife or whatever, he might talk to his wife like that. Who business is it to get in his shit when he talked to one of his chick? That's like me. The way I talk to a motherfucker, if she in my motherfucking house and I'm talking to her, that ain't none of my homeboys' business. And it ain't my business. So it ain't Brick Baby business to check out him. He calling her sis. That ain't his blood. You got niggas out here calling, you got 50-year-old niggas calling 29-year-old niggas hunk. That's just a word. But she's out here degrading herself. She's sitting between that man's legs and daddy and woo-woo-woo knowing. You feel me? So he's not degrading her. He's talking to her the way she want to be talked to. But I seen it when she stood up and woo-woo-woo and then left out of there. Come on. At the end of the day, you put yourself in that. Should no black man come in and try to defend your honor when you have none?
So, taking that and saying that, because I honestly believe it was a skit, what do you think about, or what's your opinion on YouTube channels that do skits like that for clickbait or for views?
That's just like rappers pretending to be gangsters. They doing the same shit. These dudes out here putting together fights and all this other shit to make themselves look like or build themselves when they not built like that. But they want the world to see this bullshit and make it like it's some real shit. But what happens when it really come down to you? When it comes in your face and you got these motherfuckers want to see how gangster you are? Come on, it's bullshit.
Okay, so given your background as a gang member and now as a law-abiding citizen and a parent and a father and grandfather, what advice would you give to young people who may be influenced by gang culture or the allure of the music industry today?
If I'm gonna put it like this. If I wanted somebody to talk to me when I was 14, 13, fighting at school, and wanted to be this or that, or being in the hood and want to be the best at it, man, it's not worth it. Living this life and looking out the windows after you do a drive-by, you do some bullshit, the paranoia, the dreams, and all that bullshit, it's not worth it. Living that life. I mean, find a way. We got kids out there that disrespect their parents. I did that. It's not cool. It's not good. So I would tell a kid, the average kid, man, go to school, try to live right. You know what I'm saying? Fuck proving a point or proving that you this and that to your friends. They not gonna be there at the end of the day. And I don't give a fuck who you are or where you come from. Everybody ain't your friend. And I believed that for years. My mother told me, oh, that ain't your friend, you will see. And I saw it when Buntry died. And everything came back to me. All those that was around me and a part of me ran, walked away, let the girls say yada yada, this, oh no, we ain't getting in that. But this is a life you chose also. So the life that I lived was a whole motherfucking lie. A whole motherfucking lie. And don't nobody want to grow up living that life or believing that this is the best way out or the only way out. It's not. Don't wait till you're 50. Don't wait till you're 60 to wake up and smell the coffee. It's all a joke, bro. It's all a joke. It's nothing but a waste of life. So if it's a waste of life for me, it's a waste of life for every gangbanger out there that's creating and wreaking havoc on our own people. It's bullshit.